right, what is up, AD? Welcome into my home. I have been asked to do a home tour like 40 billion times. My place was never fully completely done, and I still think it isn't. I still want to do a lot of things to my place. I actually just re-signed my lease, so I think I'm gonna do a lot more things to it this year to try to make it even more homey. So I'm gonna show you what I have so far. I live in Los Angeles. I pay $2,700 a month for this place, for a 2-bed, 2-bath, which is actually, if you know, is not too bad for a apartment in Los Angeles. So let's go ahead and start with the foyer. All right, so yeah, this is my foyer area. This is kind of like my little entryway that I come into. Basically, when you come into this area, you have a little bit going on, but I kind of made it as practical as I possibly could for my lifestyle. So right here, you obviously see these little coat hooks to put your coats. I mean, it's really not that deeper than that. I have this little side entry table that I got, and I thought it would be a good idea just to have like a shoes off thing, and that was something that I was kind of working on more towards this year, was kind of making sure to put my shoes away. That's one thing I really wanted to do this year, and this made it a lot easier for me. I have a candle warmer right here, so when you come in, you kind of get this like nice waft of nice candle smell, and I like those really like musky, like manly scents, like sandalwood and smoke, scents like that. But I also have this entry sort of bench here, so that you can kind of like take off your shoes, put them away, and do that. Actually, you know, and what's funny too is I don't actually use this bench a lot, but I guess if you're old and come over to my place, you have a place to sit. So yeah, I also think it's kind of funny. I swear I did the measurements for this place perfectly, and when I got this in the mail, it like extended out, and it actually doesn't fit like perfectly, but I mean, it doesn't like get in the way of this door, so it works for me, I guess. So I like that. This giant dream catcher that I have, I actually got in Tulum when I was visiting there about, I think 3 years ago now. Tulum is so nice. I was there for work. Definitely an experience going out of the country. I hadn't been out of the country since I was, I think, like 14, and when I got out of the country again, it was kind of like a nice break from all the drama that was going on inside of the US at the time, and it was a really nice trip. The funny thing is, like, I wasn't actually sure how I was going to get this giant dream catcher on the plane with me, and I took it to the airport anyways, just not knowing what was going to happen, if they were going to tell me to throw it out, and they told me $50 to take it on the plane, and I was like, done. I'm taking it. So to my left is the first bathroom. This is the guest bathroom. There's nothing much to this. This is probably my least decorated room this far. I haven't done much to it, kind of just because I don't really have that many guests over. But eventually I will do something with this bathroom. I was kind of thinking about doing possibly like a faux tile on this, like a peel and stick tile or a peel and stick wallpaper just behind this mirror to sort of like, I don't know, give some verticality to the space, just so it looks a little bigger and maybe a little bit homier. But this is kind of like my least priority spot in my apartment right now. I think the easiest thing I could do is just maybe put art on there, but that's it for this room. There's really not much to that. So yeah. And over here is my guest bedroom slash office. this is my guest bedroom. Kind of have it simplified as of now. I think it's underrated to do a lot of stuff to a rental place because most people are, obviously you're renting it, so you don't want to damage your place or do anything crazy, but I feel like more people should. For example, I have these sconces on the wall, but it just makes a huge difference, right? And especially if people come to visit my place, they can turn these off and then they will be able to see and go however they please. I also got this Creation of Adam art piece. I don't remember where I think I might have gotten it on Etsy. I've had that for about 4 years now, and it's still one of my favorite art things that I have ever purchased, to be honest. I don't know, it's cool. And I just thought I would slap it on the wall in here. I might change it up a little bit and do something else in here. Maybe do put more art and stuff in here. But other than that, there's not really much going on. I have my desk here for filming. So I have my setup, my microphone, lighting and stuff and all that here. And just basically where I get my work done and do all that. I have this giant painting here. This is a painting that I did about 2-3 years ago. And at first I kind of did it as a joke because crypto, what are they called? They're like, I don't know, huh?
NFTs?
Yeah, NFTs. So NFTs were blowing up, and I saw like the dumbest NFTs blowing up, and I thought it would just be a funny joke just to paint something that I could turn into an NFT and then do it. Spoiler alert, it didn't sell, which I'm kind of glad it didn't sell because along with the NFT, I would have had to ship, obviously, this physical painting. And when I first painted it, there wasn't a hole in this painting, which came on later when I was moving into my other place. One of my furniture pieces had punctured it, and originally I was thinking about fixing it, but then I kind of looked at the picture and I was like, I think it actually works perfectly with it, because it's like, oh fuck, like what more of a oh fuck kind of moment is that other than this painting being punctured, you know? So I was like, you know what, I think it gives itself a little bit more personality, I guess. I have another one behind here too that I painted. This one is sort of just like whatever, I kind of just drew whatever came to mind. This one has a little nick as well too, which I might end up fixing one day as well, but yeah, I'm just not sure where to put these paintings for now, so they are stored up in here for the time being. All right, so this is my living room. There's a lot of pieces and things with a lot of stories in here, so yeah, let's get started. Over here is this credenza, and I wanted to get a credenza piece that would be able to span this entire place, but I wasn't able to find one that would be under $1,000. Like, there was no way I was gonna be able to do that. So I had to think of different ideas, and I went on Amazon and they had these. It was a 2-piece set, so they came like this, and I think it was $250 for 2 of these. And I was like, well, let me just double these up and like make a giant credenza. Plus it actually has like storage in it too, so I can store like things down here. It gives me extra space for this apartment. This apartment is 860 square feet, so it's kind of small for a 2-bed, 2-bath. So I need as much storage as possible in this place, and I thought that this was like kind of the perfect solution for it, I guess. So yeah, right behind me is this giant painting. Okay, I've had this for so many years. You might have, if you follow me, you've probably seen this painting a lot more times than you have probably wanted to. But yeah, I actually built this frame and painted the painting. It was actually a really fun DIY project to do, which I think I might do again, depending on like what I think is necessary for my other rooms, but we'll see. It did take me a little bit of time, but I got the lumber, hammered it in place, got the canvas, stretched it, painted the gesso, and then yeah, let me know if you guys want a full video on how I did this. Maybe I can recreate it and then show you guys how you can do it yourself as well. It actually only costs $100 too, which is kind of cool. And so this giant paper lantern, I had been wanting a like a large chandelier in here, but I kind of wanted something that was able to look good while it's off. I didn't want to hardwire anything into the wall because first of all, I'm renting, and second of all, I don't really think that this room needs an entire chandelier to like light up this area. So what I did was got this giant paper lantern, which if you know, ever looked for these paper lanterns online, you know that the sizes that are bigger than 36 inches cost $100 plus online. And I was lucky enough to find a guy who was selling these 3-foot large paper lanterns online for like $40. So I kind of got a steal, and he gave me 3 of them actually, which is mind-blowing. So I have extra paper lanterns, so if you need a paper lantern, hit me up. I have these like rechargeable little lights hooked into them, so basically I can turn it off, turn it on. I can change the colors in it. I'll add like extra footage just so you guys can see how bright it is at night, but especially during the daytime, I guess it's useful for, you know, maybe that extra ambiance. But I only use this really during like special occasions, I guess, because I don't want those lights to run out, you know. So this is a ceramic statue that I got while I was living in Phoenix, and originally it was a white statue, and I decided to spray paint it this really nice glossy black, and I really like the finish of it because it sort of brings out a lot of the texture and the features in this, and I thought it would be a good idea to just sort of bring it to my new place and use her as decor. So yeah. Over on this wall, I have this like Baroque mirror that I had gotten on OfferUp, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a Baroque mirror, and I think I still have to repaint this like a darker color and then maybe do like some gold accents on top of it to make it a little bit more masculine and fit the color tones of this room. But I think right now it works for this space. I was also thinking about doing like an alpaca wool or a llama wool and just getting fabric and then like a round cutout and then upholstering the wool and sort of putting it on here. I feel like those natural colors and textures would look a lot better with the overall styling of this room. But yeah, the coffee table and the rug I got on OfferUp. And guys, if you don't know about OfferUp, it is so good to find. Like, you can find really good pieces on there. There was a family that was moving and they kind of had to get rid of these pieces, but both of these pieces are from CB2. And if you know CB2, their stuff is expensive. So I got both of these for $400, which if you know anything about CB2 rugs or their coffee tables, they cost a lot more than that for just one piece. So definitely use OfferUp. It'll save you a lot of money in the overrun. Also, this side table right here, I think you guys have probably seen this many times before and maybe some photos that I've taken. But if you haven't, I actually modeled this after a side table that was released by, I don't think it was CB2, but I think it might have been Pottery Barn. I'll have to look that up. It was called like the Herrera table or something. I'm not exactly sure who made it, but it was sort of modeled after that. And so I made this table by myself. It was made from like a wood round, and then I used PVC piping, and I still love this piece. It's very sturdy. It's a really good way to put a little postmodern into my space, and yeah. So this is a movable island that I got on Amazon. Hopefully this inspires somebody, because this actually blew my mind. But I had a friend who was over here, which maybe I'll have him on my channel sometime. His name is Jasper. But I wasn't able to fit in a full dining table into my apartment. The only thing I could do was to eat on my couch. I really wasn't able to eat without being scared that I would like drop food all over my couch. And my friend was over and was like, why don't you just get like a movable roller island? And I was like, that is so genius. So that's what I did. I actually got this movable island on Amazon, which I'll try to link in the description under this video, just in case you guys maybe you can't find enough space for your apartment and need a solution like that. But I'm actually able to use this as storage too. I can pull out these drawers and then fit extra storage in here. So it being such a smaller 2-bed 2-bath apartment, it's really helpful to like have something like this. Plus it actually folds too. Like I can just do that, and then let's say if I need more space in here, I can just fold it like that, which is kind of cool. Now I actually have a space to eat, and I have extra storage, which is always a plus in an apartment. Okay, so over here is the laundry room. I think it was a really good thing to be able to have laundry, and it is kind of a luxury out here in LA to be able to have laundry. If you know, you know. So yeah, there's not much to that other than laundry. So this is my newest member of my family. It is an air filter. I love it. It's probably the best thing I've ever done, to be honest. I've been sneezing in here, and that thing has saved my lungs so long. I do want to do something with this wall, probably do like some art around here. I really like a contemporary, organic, moody vibe, sort of look like a jazz club. So if you have any recommendations for something I should do here, please feel free to let me know. I am still like trying to figure out ideas, and yeah. And this is the last room that I have. This is so corny, so cliche, but this is where the magic happens, basically. So this is my bedroom. Originally it had some linen bedding, but I felt like it looked a little flat in this room because the linen, the carpet, and the curtains were all the same exact color, and it was kind of giving me like sad beige mom vibes. So I had to bring a little bit of color in here, and I'd been eyeing a lot of these velvet bedding pieces for a long time, so I thought it would be nice to do like a little green velvet duvet, green colors, and just make this place a lot more welcoming and homey and inviting, and sort of like darken this room a little bit. But yeah, I was just going for a very like masculine, organic, contemporary look. And that's what I have. I think I'm gonna change this wall a little bit. I got a vinyl record for Christmas this year, and I was actually thinking it would be really cool to do like a vinyl record wall right here, and so I would have to start collecting a lot more vinyl records and see how that goes. I'll update you guys if I actually decide doing that. I might not, but I guess we'll see what happens. And this is the last room. So this is my bathroom. There's not really anything special about this other than it being a bathroom. I was thinking about doing, like I had said in my guest my guest bathroom about doing like a peel and stick tile in here, and I'll insert an image of exactly the tiles I'm talking about. It's like a peel and stick Zalige tile. I was also thinking about possibly doing a peel and stick wallpaper too, like maybe like a dark floral wallpaper will look kind of cool in here. But right now, this is what I'm working with, and I wasn't, preparing to do all that because I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in this apartment. But now that I've re-signed my lease, it's all down. It's all game. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this much needed apartment tour. I know you guys have been kind of asking for a minute for this, and here I am delivering it for you. Yeah, if you guys have any recommendations at all for my space, please leave them in the comments below. I will read your comments. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do to this place, but I'm not exactly sure yet what to do. So I'll see what you guys have to say. And yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Now get out. Go. Get out. Yeah, go on. Go on. And stay out.